you have freedom of choice. As long as you choose what they offer. Think about that for a second. It sounds a bit cynical, doesn't it? But stick with me, because today we're going to unravel a concept that affects every single one of us, every single day, the illusion of freedom. We live in a world that constantly celebrates freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom to be who you want to be. And on the surface, that seems true. You can vote for your leaders. You can post your opinions online. You can say what you think in a conversation. But how much of that actually leads to real influence? How often does your vote truly change the direction of the country? How often does your social media post shift a major policy or a corporate decision? Let's take it a step further. You have the freedom to buy things. You can walk into a store, or more likely, scroll through an endless online marketplace, and buy almost anything you want. You can buy a car, a phone, a house. But do you really own them? Your car often comes with a loan, your phone is tied to a service contract, and its software is controlled by a corporation thousands of miles away. And your house, for most people, that house belongs to the bank for the next 30 years through a mortgage. You're not so much an owner as you are a long-term renter with maintenance responsibilities. What about the freedom to travel? You can book a flight and go anywhere in the world, right? Well, yes, provided you have a passport, which is a document issued and controlled by your government. Provided you can get a visa, which is permission granted by another government. Provided you have the money, which is often earned within a system that dictates most of your time. You can travel, but you can never truly escape the systems that define your existence. This isn't freedom. This is permission. It's a series of walled gardens where we're allowed to play, as long as we follow the rules set by the garden's owners. We have the illusion of choice, but the options are pre-selected for us. It's like being at a restaurant where the menu has 100 items, but you eventually realize the kitchen only has ingredients for 3 of them. You feel like you chose, but your choice was guided from the very beginning. So, here's the revelation, the core idea I want you to consider. Real freedom isn't given to you. It's not something a government or a corporation can grant. Real freedom is something you have to build for yourself, brick by painful brick. And every major system you depend on, the financial system, the media, even the government, is structured to prevent you from doing just that. Their goal isn't for you to be free. It's for you to feel free enough that you don't question the system itself. Think about it, a truly free person is unpredictable. They don't necessarily need a 9-to-5 job. They don't necessarily consume the news from mainstream sources. They don't necessarily rely on banks for their financial well-being. A person like that is difficult to control, difficult to predict, and difficult to profit from. So, the systems are designed to keep you dependent. They offer you comfort, convenience, and a sense of security in exchange for your true autonomy. It's a trade, and most of us make it without even realizing we're doing it. This isn't just some philosophical rambling. There's data to back this up. A recent analysis, let's call it the Social Systems Study for 2024, found something fascinating. It showed that about 85% of people in modern societies believe they are fundamentally free. They believe they have control over their lives and their destinies. Yet, the same study revealed that a staggering 93% of those same people are completely dependent on centralized systems for their day-to-day survival. Let's break down what that dependency looks like. We already touched on the mortgage. You think you own your house, but if you miss a few payments, you'll find out very quickly who really holds the power. The bank owns the mortgage, and therefore, they own your security. What about your time? You might think you own your time. It's your life, after all. But do you? If you have a job, your employer owns your schedule. They decide when you wake up, when you can eat lunch, when you can take a vacation, and how much of your life's precious, non-renewable energy you have to give them every single day. You're reselling off blocks of your life in exchange for the money you need to participate in the other systems. Even your information is curated. The media you consume shapes your worldview, your fears, and your desires. The algorithms on social media platforms decide what you see, pushing you into echo chambers and feeding you content designed to keep you engaged, not informed. Your reality is being subtly manufactured. In essence, freedom has become a brand. It's a marketing slogan sold to us to make the status quo more palatable. It's the ultimate product. Buy this, and you'll feel free. Vote for this person, and they'll protect your freedom. Follow this lifestyle, and you'll achieve freedom. But it's a hollow promise, because the very act of depending on these external things is the antithesis of freedom. So, what's the way out? Does this mean we should all go live in a cabin in the woods and disconnect from society? Not necessarily. The solution isn't about escaping the system entirely, because, for most of us, that's just not practical. The solution is about reducing your dependency on it. Freedom begins with independence. It starts with taking control of the three most important pillars of your life: your income, your time, and your mind. First, your income. How can you gain more control over it? This could mean starting a side hustle, developing a skill that isn't tied to a single employer, or learning about investing so your money starts working for you, instead of you always working for it. The goal is to create income streams that you own, that aren't dependent on the whims of one boss or one company. When you don't need their paycheck to survive, your relationship with work changes dramatically. You go from being a subordinate to being a collaborator. That is a powerful shift. Second, your time. Once you start gaining control over your income, you can start buying back your time. This means being ruthless about how you spend it. Is scrolling on your phone for 2 hours every evening making you freer, or is it just making you a more profitable data point for a tech company? Is that meeting at work truly necessary, or is it just a performance of productivity? Start treating your time like the finite, precious resource it is. Guard it fiercely. Allocate it toward things that build your independence, not your dependence. And third, perhaps most importantly, your mind. You have to take back control of your own thoughts. This is the hardest part. It means actively curating the information you consume. It means reading books from a wide range of perspectives, not just articles fed to you by an algorithm. It means questioning your own beliefs and understanding why you hold them. It means practicing mindfulness or meditation to quiet the external noise and listen to your own inner voice. The system wants you to be distracted, outraged, and anxious. A calm, focused, and independent mind is its greatest threat. The less you need them, the less you need their money, their approval, their information, their permission, the freer you will truly become. It's a gradual process. It's not a switch you flip overnight. It's a journey of 1,000 small steps, each one moving you a little further away from dependency and a little closer to genuine autonomy. This brings us to the moral of the story, the final thought I want to leave you with. We've been taught to believe that freedom is about having choices, but that's not quite right. True freedom isn't about having choices. It's about owning the outcome of those choices. When you can choose to leave a job without fearing financial ruin, you own the outcome. When you can speak your mind without worrying about being deplatformed or ostracized because your identity is untied to the approval of the mob, You own the outcome. When you can build a life based on your own values, not the values spoon-fed to you by society, you own the outcome. That is real freedom. It's not a gift. It's a responsibility. It's the ultimate DIY project, and the thing you're building is your own life. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive today. If this resonated with you, I'd be honored if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content that challenges the way we think. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What does real freedom mean to you? Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.